Hello, I'm Monickie Scott.
Hey, and this is Felina B. Flossin. Thank you for joining us as we support and encourage women on their five-star living journey. Today, we get to shine the five-star spotlight on Nikyah Pfeiffer. Nikyah is a seasoned marketing and public relations professional with more than 20 years of experience working in the healthcare and nonprofit industries. In her spare time, she's working with other nonprofit agencies to provide new luggage for foster care children through her nonprofit From Bags to Belongings. Welcome to the Five Star Living Show, Nikyah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump right on into it. Tell us more about From Bags to Belongings.
Well, Back to Belongings, it just came to me as I was sitting on the couch with my husband, watching Netflix, doing some Netflix and chilling,
Right.
um, watching a documentary with David Letterman and Tiffany Haddish. And I'm not sure how many people know Tiffany Haddish's story, how she came to grow up in the foster care system. And she talked about her experience going from foster care home to foster care home and carrying her belongings in a trash bag and the way it made her feel basically. And that really resonated with me, particularly because, I grew up in the projects, single mom raising two girls. Fortunately, I had a huge village around me growing up in the hood on 88th and Avalon. But not a lot of people had that kind of village around them to push them and encourage them. And through the many nonprofits that I've been able to donate my time with, one in particular, Bone Mare. It's French for Good Mothers. It's a service club that's based out of Redlands, and they're an auxiliary of a much larger organization called the Children's Fund. And they support kids in the foster care system and provide them with, their needs in order to make sure that they are whole. And it's through the work. I just completed my 10th year working with Bone Mares, but I wanted to take it a step further because Tiffany Haddish's story really resonated with me. And, I had many friends that, growing up, they didn't have a mom or a dad, and they didn't have that village, and they were foster care kids. And I wanted to make sure that at least they felt like somebody cared about them.
Yeah.
And so going back to hearing about Tiffany Haddish's story, it was just, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that kids were out there that felt like that they, because their belongings were in a trash bag, they felt like trash. That's just unacceptable in this society. I just couldn't live with that. And so, I tossed and turned and I couldn't sleep. And finally one day my husband just said, Nikyah, what are you doing? If this is something you want to do, you need to do it. Do it. Quit letting it fester and just do it. Do something. And so that's how Bags to Belongings got started. I am the type of person, when I put my mind to something, I really put my mind to something, I do it. And sometimes I shock the hell out of myself.
Yeah.
But, the mind is a very powerful blessing and a curse.
Absolutely.
um, I've run 2 marathons because of it. And finally I had to shut my mind down because my body was saying, girlfriend, no.
That's when it's good, right? When your body shocks you into doing something. Tell me, we're going to talk about your profession in a moment, but what is your ultimate vision for Bags to Belong at this moment?
Well, right now, I really want to create more of an opportunity to raise funds to purchase more brand new luggage, and that's the difference between other organizations and mine. I want to make sure that kids aren't given someone else's leftovers. I want them to have new pieces of luggage instead of trash bags.
Nice.
Not bags, because in my eyes, a duffel bag or backpack is just another extension of a bag.
Wow.
I want them to feel like world travelers. This is just a journey into, hopefully a next positive step in their lives. And
Right.
if I'm able to help them turn a negative into a positive, that's what I really want to do. And part of Baxter Belongings, what makes it so different is that, anybody can buy a piece of luggage to a kid and just keep on moving. What makes mine different is I want my organization is a grassroots effort. I have special note cards, and I really want somebody to write a letter of just a simple note of love, hope, and encouragement. And I have special note cards, Baxter Belongings note cards, and people write messages to these kids that they don't even know. These note cards go inside of the piece of luggage. And because I want them to feel like a world traveler, I have luggage tags, and people get to decorate and create a luggage tag of love, hope, and encouragement. And that also gets attached to the piece of luggage. So,
Wow.
Wow, I really applaud you for the mission you're on. I was a foster parent for quite a few years, and so I do understand when the children would come, to my home with their bags, and yeah, so I definitely applaud you. Um,
thank you.
let's discuss your 20 years as a public relations professional. What led you to that path in life?
Well, my degree was in communications, emphasis in public relations. So I always wanted to be a public relations professional. But I kind of had a liking to the healthcare industry. At one point, I thought I was going to be a nurse. But I didn't want to go back to school and do all that stuff. And I just wanted to get out there and start my career. And so I was thinking, how the best way can I do it? Originally I started after I graduated, I worked in the marketing department for 2 newspapers before I got the opportunity to work for a 500-bed hospital as their PR coordinator. So that really, working in the newspaper industry gave me that, platform to jump into healthcare public relations. And between that and working with various nonprofits like the American Cancer Society and United Way, handling their marketing and public relations and special events, I was able to move back down from the Central Valley, where I moved after I graduated, back to Southern California after my husband got a teaching and coaching opportunity, because we love it here in Southern California. So we moved back here, and then I was able to work at Redlands Community Hospital as a marketing assistant and work my way up. And I'm basically running the hospital's marketing department right now. So
Hey,
yeah, doing marketing and crisis communications, public relations. So that's what I'm doing right now.
oh, very amazing.
Yeah.
Very amazing.
And
And what would you say you love most about what you do?
It's never boring. I mean, there's always something different going on in the healthcare industry. There's always a crisis. There's always, always always something new and different. And that's partly why I love it so much. I am not the type of person that can go to a regular 9 to 5 and do the same thing over and over and over again. I'm a Gemini. I can't do that. That is
Gemini's in the house.
so I think, there's always something new and different going on, like with this pandemic. You know, talk about a roller coaster for me. I work at a 229 bed hospital, and when the shutdown happened, my husband and my kids, they were home, but my job, it didn't stop. If anything, it got harder.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That was gonna be my next question, Nikyah, because it all of a sudden hit me like you're in the healthcare industry. Like, what has been like some of your biggest challenges right now
oh my
that you can
God.
share that you're able to or comfortable with sharing?
Well, just trying to communicate to so many stakeholders, as the chief communicator for the hospital, was my job. I was tasked with communicating to every single last employee, almost 2,000 employees, our board of directors, the community. It it's stressful. I'm not gonna lie, it's very stressful. And when there were days where I did not think I could do it, that I was gonna have a nervous breakdown because it was hard. And my husband, thank God he's been home during the pandemic. I said I want to start a garden. I needed some zen. I needed to not talk to people, because that's what I do every day. I needed to not talk to people. I needed not for anything to look at me like I just needed to put my hands in Mother Earth and just get all of my frustrations and everything out into that. And so I ended up growing quite a garden.
Oh, nice.
You're right up Felina's alley right there. And I love the way you put it. I just want to talk to these plants right now. Just
Yes.
let me be.
Grounding.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Right now, my whole neighborhood, they are basking in all of the fruits of my labor with all these tomatoes.
Oh, wow. Very awesome. Okay, let's switch gears here. Let's do a little 5-star business before we go on, okay? So when you hear the words 5-star living, what does that mean in your world?
I grappled with that one. 5-star living is learning that life is not always as it seems. And it's all in how you choose to live with it and work through it. And if you can turn that, if it's a negative situation, into a positive situation, then I give you a 5-star, because not everybody can do that. I just going back to this pandemic. I mean, how was I going to turn this negative that I was feeling like I was drowning? Yeah. How can I turn it into a positive? And that's when I started a garden. So that I consider 5-star living.
Absolutely. Okay, so you spoke on your garden, which I totally relate to the relaxation that it brings. But what would you say are other things you may do to bring balance to your life?
I talk to my kids.
Yeah.
And I try really hard to see their points of view and how they see the world, because how I saw the world at their age, living two totally different worlds.
Mhm.
Way different. Way different. But I agree with you. It's so interesting when you see the world through their eyes. It's so
Yes.
Yes.
different.
Yes.
I
So amazing.
head scratcher. I'm like, was I like that at their age? Oh my God, why didn't somebody tell me?
Oh, they did. We wasn't listening, just like they ain't listening to us.
Mhm.
We was like, whatever. You don't know what you talk about.
Mhm.
Oh, I talked to my husband. My husband has been home during this pandemic a lot. So when I get home, he's like a chatty Cathy. So so at first I was like, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. I don't know how I can handle this. Him being at home 24/7. But in a way, because you know what? As my kids were smaller growing up, he was gone a lot. He coached summer basketball camps at Duke, Harvard, and Stanford. He was an athletic director. So he worked a lot. So I didn't see him a lot. So now that I have so much time with him, I'm like, Lord.
You're one of those classic COVID stories that everybody tells about. It's either the husband or the kids. Everybody's like, I ain't used to spending that much time with you, and I ain't used to spending that much time with you. So it's so classic. But in the end, it always comes out to be a really great ending story. Like everybody's like, oh, but this time is so precious.
It
So
is.
precious.
Now we're gonna be like wishing we had this time
Yep.
again. I mean,
Yep.
in retrospect, now it's like, okay, everybody go to their separate corners.
Yep.
But thinking about it, I'm like, this is special. I have my whole family here, and how long am I gonna be able to say that I have that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
You know?
cherish every moment.
Mhm.
Nikyah, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule and joining us on the Five Star Living Show. Please share with our listeners how they can find you or find out about how to donate to bags to belonging online.
You can go online. I have a website and it's accepting donations. It's www.frombags, the number two, belongings.com.
One more time.
www.frombags, the number two, belongings.com.
Awesome. We
Excellent.
hope you get so many donations.
Thank you. And thank you, ladies, for everything that you're doing. And this is an amazing, amazing platform. I love following you, ladies.
Thank you.
You guys are so just amazing. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nakaya. We want to thank you all for listening to us and joining us on this 5 star day. We believe in you. We believe that you're going to have a more 5 star life starting right now.
Right now, we know that you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be right here with us. And so, for that, we thank you and we look forward to seeing you on Facebook at Five Star Living Show and joining the Five Star Living Show Inner Circle. Remember to laugh more and love more while taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
Absolutely. The 5 Star Living Show is sponsored in part by Flossie Flex Photography, Monickie.com, Flossie Locks, and Meditate with Mo. Until next time, keep 5 star living.
Keep Five Star Living and show us some love by leaving a comment and subscribing on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.